Welcome to Essentially Dogs 103, one in a series of classes to help you to understand how to use the components of your Young Living Premium Starter Kit with dogs. We started with Essentially Dogs 101, and in that class we covered the basics of using essential oils, what they are, and how to use them safely and effectively with dogs. We explained why we choose to use only Young Living essential oils, and we taught the answers to the questions: how much do I use? How often do I use them? And how do I apply them to dogs? If you haven't attended that class already or listened to it, please make it a point to find that class as soon as possible to get the answers to all of your how-to questions, because the rest of these classes are the why do we use them? And in Essentially Dogs 102, we covered ways and reasons to experience the blends called thieves, purification, and stress away with your dog. In today's class, we want you to have experiences with 3 more of the oils from your premium starter kit. So get out your carrier oil along with your starter kit, and we'll start by applying oils to our dogs. If your dog is not close by, you can apply them to yourself as you take notes. This is really an experiential class. I would really like for you to be using these oils. There's nothing like the real thing to see how it all works. There really is a lot of misinformation on the internet about the use of oils with dogs. And I had someone tell me last week that the only safe oil to use on dogs was lavender. That is certainly true with over-the-counter essential oils, and with any that do not come directly from a farm such as Young Living and go through the kind of testing that Young Living does to make sure that they are pure and therapeutic grade. I agree wholeheartedly that I would not put any essential oils on my fur family that have been through the supply chain either. So over-the-counter oils are out. I'm next going to give you a quick introduction that will give you a minute to get your starter kit and carrier oil ready, and then we will get going. A quick introduction to us. We are Jeff and Paula Vandervoort. We run a team of users inside Young Living called Kindred Animal Spirits, or Kindred Oilers. We are parents of 2 adult children, and we have several boxers. We've been breeding boxers for show, service, and performance for over 4 decades. We are natural rearing dog breeders. And after decades of suffering from a head-on car crash, I have experienced the benefits of using essential oils to regain my balance. So if you're not on a team already, we would love to have you on ours, or certainly feel free to join the team of whoever invited you to this. The required disclaimer, and that is that we're not medical professionals and we can't diagnose or treat any medical conditions, so please don't ask us to do that. Thanks. As I said before, this class is intended to be experiential, so I'd like for you to get your premium starter kit out and get your oils and get ready to use them on yourself and your dogs. And the first thing I'd like for you to do is pick a favorite vitality oil from your kit. If you're not sure which to use, peppermint is a good one, lemon is a good one, and put 1 drop on your thumb and put your thumb on the roof of your mouth. Keep your mouth open and breathe deeply. Whew. And you will see how fast the oils get into your brain and also affect your focus. And you'll end up with some very nice breath. We're moving now to one of the most beloved oils in the Young Living line. Frankincense is likely one of the most important and well-used oils in the animal world. It's been used with every species in almost every way imaginable. It's incredibly safe, well-tolerated, versatile, and effective. Major conditions in which frankincense is used include all types of abnormal cellular growth, abnormal behaviors, immune system stimulation and regulation, autoimmune imbalances, and in many life-critical situations. Frankincense is considered a life force oil and has been used extensively in critical cases in veterinary hospitals. For example, when transition is imminent, the use of this oil in times of transition and death is incredibly helpful to both the animal and the caregiver as well. It's a very high frequency oil. Frankincense has been used extensively in newborns of every species, even when they're only minutes old. A very well-known veterinarian in aromatherapy says, quote, "We have literally had frankincense on the towels and hands of those who are handed a puppy from a C-section procedure, making frankincense one of the first things they're exposed to once they are removed from their mother's womb. It's purely magnificent to be able to change an abnormal birth situation into a thing of beauty. Anointing the umbilical cords of kittens, puppies, foals, calves, and chickens has become routine for our farm. It's a general guideline for me that if it's a baby of any sort, frankincense should be included in its life," unquote. And in our nursery, we always anoint our babies with young living frankincense and myrrh. Many times umbilical cords of newborns are anointed, and we have a video that shows how we do that. Frankincense is a prime ingredient in many of Young Living's skincare products, as well as those designed for mental acuity and spiritual enlightenment. From Dr. D. Gary Young, I quote, "Frankincense is a commonly adulterated oil. The frankincense resin that is sold in Somalia costs between $30,000 and $35,000 per ton. A great deal of time, 12 hours or more, is required to properly steam distill this essential oil from the resin, making the oil very expensive. Frankincense oil that sells for $25 per ounce or less is cheaply distilled with gum resins, alcohol, or other solvents, leaving the essential oil laden with harmful chemicals. Adulterated oils that are cut with synthetic extenders can be very detrimental. Petrochemical solvents such as dipropylene glycol and diethyl phthalate all can cause allergic reactions besides being devoid of any therapeutic effects. Sadly, when these cut, synthetic, and adulterated oils cause rashes, burns, or other irritations, people wonder why they don't get the benefit they expected and conclude that essential oils don't have much value. Some statistics show that one company uses twice as much essential oil as is produced in the entire world. Where are these phantom essential oils coming from? The only conclusion is that they are cut, stretched, and adulterated. This is another reason why we only use Young Living oils. Young Living is the only American company to own a farm where frankincense is natively harvested. Gary Young worked for many years to establish relations with Oman, one of the two places where frankincense grows wild. Our Oman farm practices the seed-to-seal quality process, just as all Young Living farms do. So we can be absolutely assured that the frankincense that's in our bottle is true, therapeutic grade, unadulterated, and containing no impurities. We'll also be covering an essential companion oil called Copaiba in the next post. These two often go hand in hand in our applications. A great way to introduce your dog to frankincense is to use your own body as a diffuser. So put 1 drop of frankincense in the palm of your hand and rub your hands together. And then rub the frankincense either on your hair or on your body somewhere, and then let your dog come over and smell it. Ginger, Ginger, come here, baby. Come here. Here we go. There we go. Where's Ginger? There you go. She likes her frankincense. All right. Our next oil is called Copaiba. It's in your starter kit. This is a special species that Gary Young found while traipsing through Brazil looking for new plant species to help our members. It's tapped directly from the Copaiba officinalis tree, known as Copaiba tree in Brazil. Copaiba essential oil is known for its high levels of beta-carotene, and it has a very sweet, soft aroma. It really has very little scent or flavor. It's really very nice, and it's considered to be a powerhouse in the animal world. It decreases PGE2 production and is a COX-2 inhibitor, making it very good for heart health. It's used by some veterinarians in place of NSAIDs. It contains 50% beta-caryophyllene, which was listed in the U.S. Pharmacopoeia from 1820 to 1910 for topical and oral uses, and it's still on the FDA GRAS list, which stands for generally regarded as safe to ingest. It combines well with helichrysum and myrrh for control of many physical discomforts. It's labeled for topical use and inhalation, and it also can be labeled for oral ingestion. Many veterinarians have used it in all those ways. I personally put a drop of Copaiba and a drop of frankincense under my tongue and on that of my senior dog every morning for joint support and for overall wellness. It's been used by South American native cultures for all kinds of discomfort, digestive issues, and to stop cellular growths that are out of control. It also amplifies the effects of other oils. So it's known as an amplifier. Unfortunately, much of the Copaiba on the market is adulterated with kerosene or soybean oil. Copaiba is an essential component of the blends called Deep Relief and Breathe Again. And in emotional balancing, Copaiba is often used between those who need to foster feelings of trust. I want to introduce you to a combination that is incredibly powerful for joint support and also discomfort. It's great for post-surgical support as well. If you take a few drops in equal amounts of frankincense, Copaiba, and Idaho balsam fir, diluted in your hand with a carrier oil, and rub down the spine of your dog. We do this with our senior down her spine on days when she really needs a little bit of extra support, and she runs like the wind. She just got her advanced lure coursing title not too long ago, and she really shouldn't even be walking. It helps keep her joints moving, and it's very important to stay flexible as we get older. My yoga master says that people who can touch their toes live significantly longer than those who can't. So I hope that also applies to our pets. And just an added note, you can also put these into capsules if you're using the Vitality oils in equal amounts with a carrier oil, and refer to your resources for oral dosing. And if balsam fir is out of stock, you can substitute Northern Lights black spruce in its place for a similar effect. One of my favorite ways to experience Copaiba with a dog is to just let them smell it from my hands. What do you think? You like? Yeah. Oh, just a tail wagging there. All right. Watch for their reaction. Don't force anything. If your dog leans into it, you can pet it onto their spine and ears. And if you're working on trust between the two of you, just put a teeny bit on yourself and a teeny bit on your dog's spine, and then just let the process happen between you. If you have a more mature or senior dog, be sure to focus on those areas where they seem creaky, and also try combining Copaiba with frankincense for added effect. We're going to be covering tea tree oil now, which is known as Melaleuca alternifolia. It is likely to be the most controversial oil used in animals. This oil became very popular very quickly, which spurred an abundance of poor quality, contaminated, and synthetically created oils that flooded the consumer market very quickly. It is true that poor quality Melaleuca essential oil has indeed killed some cats. It is true, and cases of toxicity that have enough data to trace and research the events at hand, have always revealed very poor grade and synthetic essential oils or their gross misuse. If you're concerned, please do your own research and make a clear decision based on those findings. I suggest you start with the Animal Desk reference or other reference guides and go from there. I suggest researching the benefits of terpenol 4. Young Living Melaleuca alternifolia or tea tree has a 45% content, which has quite an effect on pathogenic bacteria. Tea tree is well known for its ability to support a properly functioning immune system, but its biggest claim to fame is for its role in helping with the #1 cause for vet visits, icky ears. Tea tree is the top choice in recipes to clear up ears. Always dilute it, never pour it directly into the ear. You can use it topically around the outside of the ear, near the top, or on a cotton ball, wiping gently near the base. So just never pour it directly onto the eardrum. Now, from Young Living, I quote, "With a fresh, crisp aroma, tea tree essential oil helps maintain a healthy-looking scalp and hair and reduces the appearance of blemishes. You can apply to feet and nails, this is for humans, when needed. This oil includes naturally occurring constituents terpenine 4, gamma terpenine, and alpha terpenine. It is included in purification and Melrose essential oil blends, animal scents, ointment, rose ointment, and Clariderm." This is going to be the last oil that we'll use with our dogs in this class. We don't want to overwhelm them or you. Just take your time, go slow, experience the oil. For this exercise, just put some tea tree on your palm, rub them together, and first of all, I'd like for you to take your time and get a chance to breathe it slowly yourself. Tent your palms over your own face, and then also offer it to your dog and watch for their reaction. How do they react? Some of them will lean into it, some will lean away, and then rub the oil onto their spine. This is one of our favorite recipes. It's a great all-purpose spray for use with skin issues and gunky ears. It's our skin and ear spray. You can take 5 drops of Young Living tea tree, 5 drops of Young Living Copaiba, and 10 drops of Young Living lavender. You can mix that into a spray bottle. I use a 2-ounce spray bottle with water. You can add 2 tablespoons of V6 or almond oil. That helps to emulsify the essential oils and kind of mix them into the water. And then you can spray that on skin. You can spray it around the ears, just not into the eardrum area. This is a staple in our grooming area, and so I would recommend that you make that up for yourself. Use a glass bottle, and I hope you enjoy that. I want to give you a little assignment after this experience with the oils. If you're not familiar with this Young Living seed to seal process, this is a wonderful video link in this class that you can watch. It's really super interesting. It explains why we only recommend Young Living essential oils and EO infused products for use with dogs. Please try to fit this in, if not now, a little bit later. You'll see the plant selection, planting, harvesting, distilling, testing, sealing process that Young Living goes through. I've been to the farms. I've seen this myself. They have an open door policy to their members. You can go to the farms. You don't have to be somebody that's high ranking. I've been there and been almost the only person there wandering around when I went to Animal Conference, and there were no locked doors. There were no signs that said don't go past this door. I literally was able to walk everywhere I wanted to, and I watched people praying over the plants. It's a very, very cool process, and Young Living is the only company in the world that has this seed to seal commitment and process in place. And this is why there are so many people that are credentialed in oils and health professionals and veterinarians that are using Young Living products exclusively. It's not because they're trying to make a buck. It's because they really, really work and they are not adulterated, and that literally the process from the selection of the seeds all the way through to the sealing process is completely controlled. There are labs outside of Young Living that do independent testing, so it's not just, you know, the fox guarding the hen house going on here. It is a company that really cares about quality, and what is distilled out of those plants goes straight into the bottles. There's no supply chain involved. There's nobody cutting these oils as they go through the supply chain from one holder to another, as is true with most essential oils, not all of them, but most essential oils out on the market. I kind of think of it as kind of like the illegal drug market. You know, every time a drug goes to another handler or whatever, somebody cuts it with something to increase their profit, and you don't know what that something is. It could be anything. So that is why I don't use anything except Young Living. I have tried other oils and have found them to be, if not ineffective, sometimes dangerous. So this is a really good little video to watch, and it will help you. You're welcome to share it with other people, and it will help you understand why this is the company that you want to be using for essential oils on your dogs. I want to give you a little bit of information regarding the issues of toxicity versus detoxification. Sometimes detoxing is called a healing reaction. And when quality natural essential oils are used, some reactions are purely symptoms of detoxification. So occasionally when people overuse or inappropriately use an oil, it can cause some things like soft stools or respiratory signs, redness of the skin. But when used correctly, they can be used even with cats and other types of animals quite safely. So just watch for reactions and expect that you may have a little bit of a detoxing reaction. It depends on how your animal's been living. If they've been eating kibble and they've been getting a lot of exposure to heavy metals and toxic chemicals in the environment, then you might see more of it. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. Thank you for attending this new series of classes just for dogs. I'm hoping you have your starter kit at this point, but if you don't, please get with the person who invited you to this class to purchase it. If that was me or someone on my team, we're happy to help you get your wholesale membership with Young Living. And please share the word that dogs can benefit from the safe, quality, essential oils that are made by Young Living. And my Kindred team is a growing group of animal enthusiasts learning and spreading our education to pet owners throughout the world about the power of Young Living products to keep our animals living vital. And this stems from my breeding program that's focused on longevity and my chosen breed of boxers. Young Living offers products unparalleled in animal health that are used by veterinarians, naturopaths, and animal health professionals worldwide. Please continue to attend our classes. If you're not yet a member of Young Living, we'd be honored to sponsor and teach you on your journey to wellness, purpose, and abundance. And please get with the person who invited you to this class. In our next class, we're going to be covering some more of the oils that come in the starter kit for dogs. They are called Panaway, Digize, and your kit may either have Raven or RC in it. So we're going to be covering those. And then we will also be covering all the other components of the starter kit. So please stay tuned and come to our next class.